One half good enough for one win. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz, glad to be with you on the Sports Update presented by Toyota. It was the Spurs who had played a Game 7 Monday night, but it was the Lakers Wednesday that looked sluggish early. But there's a reason people say you only have to watch the second half of NBA games. LA overcomes a 20-point second half deficit to win by 4, and that deficit was with 5:54 to go in the third quarter. But the Lakers ended the period on a 20-7 run. Spurs shot just 29% from the floor in the second half. And how about this for a stat? Phil Jackson coached teams 40-0 in a 7-game series when winning Game 1. And the reason he won Game 1, well, that's Kobe Bryant's second half. Scored just 2 points in the first on 1 of 3 shooting, but 25 second half points on 10 of 18 from the floor. All that part of his 15 fourth quarter points. The rest of his team, just 9. Meanwhile, Pistons and Celtics back at it tonight in Boston for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Boston shot 52% from the floor in Game 1, the worst defense Detroit to date has played in the postseason. Tip-off around 8:30. We're just 48 hours away from Detroit as a city hosting 2 huge games, Game 3 of the Pistons and Celtics Saturday night, but also, of course, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Both teams, Pittsburgh and Detroit, tremendous offensive attacks and have gotten great goaltending throughout the postseason, but neither team can afford to take penalties because both great power plays. Very proficient. For a full preview, be sure to watch the Big Vent with Joe Micheletti only on the website. All right, some NFL players may be outed for performance-enhancing drug use. A convicted steroids dealer from Texas provided documentation to NFL officials Wednesday that his lawyer says implicates several players. Reports say the documents include emails, canceled checks, and other records that show David Jacobs provided drugs to 2 players who then distributed to others. Now, the names of those players were not made public Wednesday, and the NFL said the next step is to examine the evidence. Dolphins defensive end Jason Taylor has different issues, has supposedly demanded a trade. New coach Tony Sparano said Wednesday he knows Taylor won't be attending any official team activities, won't be at any mini camps, and won't be at training camp either. All right, time for the Wits Hits. A day after Jake Peavy went to the DL, pitcher Chris Young hit in the face with an Albert Pujols line drive, broken nose. Milwaukee's shutting down closer Eric Gagne for now. Shoulder tightness hasn't gotten any better, but team doctors say it's in the front of the shoulder. Only seems like inflammation, which of course is better than the other parts. And USC set to address part of the O.J. Mayo situation on Thursday. Reports saying the school will say it banned promoter Rodney Gilroy from any games in attempts to avoid any improprieties. NCAA, though, may have other evidence. So again, that situation, like the Reggie Bush situation, has to play itself out. That's it for the Sports Update presented by Toyota for Thursday, May 22nd. Enjoy a great night in sports. I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.